For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
News team, assemble!
Joining us live, because if you want to know anything about the Outer Banks, Sam Walker's the dude to fill you in.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli.
Always appreciate talking to you.
Always good stuff with Sam Walker in the Outer Banks.
Now here's Les Nessman and the news.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to OBX Today Live on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sam Walker on this Thursday, January the 13th, 2022. Glad to have you along with us. We're gonna have a wild weekend. Well, Sunday is going to get a little rough weather-wise. Not at this point, folks, are we going to be dealing with the snow. I can go ahead and assure you of that on the Outer Banks. It may start in some spots with some snow, but it's going to be a rain event. It's going to be a blow. We're going to get some surf. It's going to be your typical nor'easter that just misses us as far as the big stuff is concerned. Now, it's going to be a mess inland and to the north and northwest. Looking at a pretty significant ice storm now for central North Carolina. Virginia really looks like it's going to be the target for the snow at this point. Now, of course, obviously that forecast can change. It's still only Thursday morning. We're talking about an event that's going to happen Sunday. The bulk or the main weather maker, this low pressure system is actually out. Hadn't even gotten to the Midwest yet. It's going to bring some snow out to the Midwest, the plains tomorrow, then dive down towards the Gulf Coast on Saturday, and then our way on Sunday going offshore. So, we can get right into what things look like. I'll do that in a second here, graphics-wise. And while all the attention is on the possibility of snow for areas well inland from a large storm system on Sunday and into Monday, areas closer to the water and along the Outer Banks likely to just get heavy rain, strong winds, high surf, and possible oceanside and sound side flooding. Our latest briefing from the National Weather Service in Morehead City looks like this. I'm going to try to get this to pull up here. This was from yesterday afternoon. This is their latest thoughts on what we're going to see and when we're going to see it and how we're going to see it. Yeah, green means unlikely at this point. Yellow, it could happen. The highest chances for wintry weather right now appear to be all west of US 17. And in fact, the same thing is being said when you go up into Virginia. Let's see, I've still got yesterday's. Okay, there is today's. I don't like that graphic. We're going to use it anyway. It's not as, it's a little, I need to edit it for use here. But let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Same thing, green for Hampton Roads. You get on out on the peninsula and up towards Williamsburg and Richmond, the more likely chances of seeing wintry precipitation on Sunday. So our forecast is right now for just rain. But what we could be seeing is a pretty significant coastal storm. Again, thankfully, the one benefit from this thing is that it is going to be moving rather rapidly. It's going to be an all-day Sunday event, but the forecast right now anyway is calling for breezy conditions, windy and then breezy on Monday. So, we're looking at probably a 2-day blow, but here's where things get a little bit not good in terms of the winds are concerned. So right now we've got a low pressure system that is going to be moving offshore. It's going to be passing offshore farther west than we were thinking yesterday. That is actually a pretty good one reason. We're not going to see any rain today. Well, let me take that back. There's a possibility of a little shower maybe on Hatteras Island today. I'm going to go over to my display here and show you what the latest from the Weather Prediction Center is. This is their 7-day forecast map that we like to use this because it does give you a good, a broad picture, and we can do some animation, things like that. So what we're looking at for us anyway is this low that's going to be out off of Cape Lookout by later on this afternoon. Could bring us a few little clouds. You can see the clouds out there offshore right now. Our current forecast from the National Weather Service is taking the mention of any rain out for the northern beaches. But Hatteras Island might see a little showers this afternoon. Temperature's going to be rather nice. But what's going to happen is this low is going to move offshore much closer to us than we were originally thinking. And then there's a secondary low that's going to kind of scoot in with it across North Carolina tomorrow or tonight and into early tomorrow. What that's going to do is we're going to see a pressure gradient tighten up. You see those lines kind of mixing a little bit together, tighter together. That is going to bring us some pretty decent winds for the next couple of days, starting Friday afternoon and into Friday night, Saturday. So we're going to see the ocean get a little bit angrier today or tomorrow and Saturday. Then we're going to get the big storm system in here on Sunday. So here's how things look Saturday, starting to get all the moisture coming up from the south, down in the deep south, along the Gulf Coast. And then here is how things look on Monday. It really looks like it's going to be an ice and snow event out west, way west, in fact, now. Possibly getting closer to us on Sunday night with mixed precipitation just inland, and then snow behind that. And then the system is already up off the over New Jersey on Monday morning or Monday afternoon. So I'll take it back too. So here is how things look. That didn't zoom like I wanted it to do. In fact, let me go to a full scale picture here for you. Just a little easier to see. Nope, that's not going to work because of the graphics. All right, we'll keep it up here. So there's the rain. The red is the ice. Blue is the snow. As we get into, that is for Saturday night and early Sunday, there's a low over northern Louisiana. Then it scoots on over. That's only the 3.5. Okay, we're going to go to day 4. There's a complex low pressure starting to move offshore. It looks like it's going to move off the South Carolina coast. The farther south this thing gets, the better chance we're going to see the wintry precipitation in North Carolina. But we really are not looking at any for the Outer Banks. And then, you jump ahead. There's day 4. So that would be this time Sunday, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. The low's just kind of scooting up the coast. And then by Monday morning, it's up over New Jersey. But what we're seeing is the winds really starting to pick up with it. So this is going to be a nor'easter, traditional, typical nor'easter for us on the Outer Banks coming up for the weekend. Say hi to all you folks checking in with the comments. If you do throw a question at us, know that it's a little bit slower us getting the comments. This app, I don't know what's going on here with the Facebook app on Android is just garbage right now. It won't let me do anything. I got to pull the iPad out. Ugh, I'm not an iOS fan. I love my Android. But anyway, so what I'm about to do is kind of switch back to the browser to see the comments. We'll throw some good morning shout outs real quick here. Good morning to George up in Connecticut. Myrtle Beach Frenchies, good morning. Leanne up in London, New York, which always checks in. Merman Dan checking in. Peggy up in Ephrata, Pennsylvania. And Sharon out in Hong Kong checking in. Wow. Holy cow. We're going worldwide this morning. Thanks for joining us here on OBX Today Live. Presented by Gallup Funeral Services. Make sure you're mashing that like button, subscribe, hit the bell to know whenever we go live. So right now, we're just looking at a nor'easter for the Outer Banks. Just inland, same thing. It's going to be a rain event. But once you get out towards central North Carolina, things do start to get interesting. And I've been checking with our friends out there, what their forecast is calling for. Wintry mix, sleet, freezing rain, and the Sandhills moving its way north and east across central North Carolina on Sunday morning. By midday and early afternoon, central North Carolina will be seeing some sort of precipitation. But it really looks like they're going to get an ice storm. Then it's going to be the Virginia area. Virginia is really going to be the ones that get the snow out of this at this point. But again, we're talking about a storm system. That's Thursday morning. And that storm system is not even bringing snow yet out in Iowa, where we've got radio stations and another website, voiceofmuscatine.com. And I've been monitoring things there, keeping their forecasts up to date as well. They're going to get like 4 to 6 inches of snow, lucky dogs, on tomorrow. And that's the storm system that's going to eventually get to us on Sunday. So we're still a ways out from this thing, but we are going to have to keep an eye on it. We are going to keep you up to date with it. We're going to do some weekend coverage because of this potential for the overwash situation again on the beaches and what this could do. Some overwash, erosion. Could see some soundside flooding down on the southern Hatteras Island because it's going to be a predominantly north wind event. So we are going to get a little bit of south breeze today, but not even a breeze. We're just going to get a little light wind. But for the most part, we're going to be seeing northerly winds the next couple of days. That's going to blow all the water down south. So it looks like Hatteras, Frisco, Ocracoke, you're going to have some water level rises to deal with for the weekend and into the storm system. And then, again, the oceanside threat. Really, this looks like it's an oceanside, east-facing beach, oceanside threat out of this storm. So that is the latest there. We'll take a break and come back here on OBX Today Live on Facebook and YouTube.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Whether you have a residential
Our pet of the week for this week is Philip, aka Sir Philip. Philip was surrendered to us at no fault of his own. This handsome gentleman is just a bowling ball of love. Philip is a bulldog mix and around 1.5 years old. He isn't too into toys, but he loves affection and being with people. We think he can go to a home with another dog, but a dog meet is required. No cats for this big guy. To adopt Philip or foster one of our other animals, you can come visit us Monday through Saturday at our shelter located in Manio. The SPCA is now waiving all senior animals adoption fees thanks to the Donna Hannah Walker Fund. For more information, visit our website at www.obxspca.org or visit our OBX SPCA Facebook page.
Back here on OBX Today Live on Facebook and YouTube. on this Thursday morning. I'm Sam Walker. Glad to have you along with us. Presented by Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. A 36-year-old Moyoc man has been charged with multiple felony counts of exploitation of a minor. According to a press release, members of the Currituck County Sheriff's Office executed a search warrant at a home in the Eagle Creek neighborhood on Wednesday. Raphael Joseph Hanauer was charged with 10 counts of second-degree child exploitation of a minor. He was booked into the Currituck Detention Center. Bond set at $200,000. Investigators said they had no reason to believe that anyone related to the suspect had any knowledge of the activities taking place, but they did not release any further details about this case. American Red Cross facing a national blood crisis, its worst blood shortage in over a decade, posing a concerning risk to patient care. Amid the crisis, doctors have been forced to make difficult decisions about who receives blood transfusions and who will need to wait until more products become available. And blood donations critically needed to help prevent further delays in vital medical treatments. And the Red Cross has been putting out some great information and some announcements and such. Here's one for you right now.
The American Red Cross blood supply historically low levels this winter, and we're facing a dangerous situation across the country. Without the blood they need, hospitals may be forced to make tough decisions about patient care. Donors are needed now to ensure blood is available for everyone who needs it when they need it. The good news is you can help. Make an appointment to give now. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Patients are counting on you.
Red Cross has got a couple of blood drives scheduled for here on the Outer Banks this month on Wednesday, the 19th, at the Pitt Center in Southern Shores. That's from 10 until 3. And then Jeanette's Pier on January 26th. That's also a Wednesday from 11 to 4. Now, there are several incentives that have been put in place for the Red Cross. That includes entering for a chance to win a getaway to Super Bowl 56 in Los Angeles. You'll also be automatically entered to win a home theater package and a $500 e-gift card. That you need to do by going to redcrossblood.org/Super Bowl. For those who do give here the month of January, that makes you eligible to win that trip to the Super Bowl. So, again, blood drives coming up on Wednesday the 19th, next Wednesday at Southern Shores in the Pitt Center, and then Jeanette's Pier, Nags Head. And you can go to redcrossblood.org to sign up to donate. The walk-ins are welcome as well. But it's always easier to sign up for that so they know how many people are coming. All right, latest on COVID-19 here in North Carolina. The case counts, hospitalizations have all hit new records. In fact, a year ago at this time was when we saw the last peak of cases and hospitalizations. A year ago today, we were at around 8,000 new cases a day. Yesterday, the rolling average for the last 7 days was at 24,000. So the number of cases has tripled from last year's peak, which happened exactly 1 year ago. More people now in the hospital around the United States than at any time since the pandemic started 22 months ago. 4,098 people in hospitals in North Carolina with COVID, breaking the previous mark set exactly 1 year ago today. And on the current pace, North Carolina's death toll will top 20,000 before the end of the month. Governor Cooper yesterday announced plans to help combat staff shortages in K-12 school districts across the state during the current surge. The policy will allow state employees to use volunteer days with supervisor approval to work in North Carolina public schools as substitute teachers, bus drivers, and cafeteria staff. North Carolina state employees have days in their compensation packages. A lot of them have volunteer days where they can go and work in their communities. And one of the ways they can do that is through this program that was announced yesterday by Governor Cooper. Of course, Monday being a state holiday, that's also, there's several school systems around the state have decided not to have classes the rest of the week or have expanded out the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. So that because of the staffing issues they're running into, and it's not just with teachers and not just with teachers' assistants or administrators, it's school bus drivers, it's folks working in the cafeteria, it's folks keeping things clean in the schools. That's one of the reasons why we're seeing schools having to go to virtual learning. We saw that with Northeastern and Pasquotank High Schools last Friday over in Elizabeth City. River Road Middle School did the same thing Monday and Tuesday because of staffing shortages. So another way that the state's trying to help school systems is by allowing state employees to volunteer. It's also been brought up, and go back to the storm, DOT is going to be relying on more contractors to help clear roads with the storm coming up because of people are being out because of COVID-19. Of course, we saw that with the ferry division. They had to reduce runs on the Hatteras Ocracoke last weekend because of COVID-19. So we are seeing the wide-ranging impacts from the Omicron surge. All right, more OBX Today Live is straight ahead, so stick around with us here. Presented by Gallup Funeral Services on Facebook and YouTube.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Whether you have a residential elevator in a home you own, or there is one in a vacation home that you rent, you may encounter a hidden danger. In-home elevators with hazardous gaps can seriously injure or kill small children. The danger is the gap between the exterior hoistway door and the elevator car door, where small children can get trapped and crushed if they are in the space between the doors when the elevator moves. It's important to protect children by taking steps to eliminate gaps that are too big. Several companies have recalled elevators with hazardous gaps and are providing fixes free of charge. Check cpsc.gov to see if your elevator has been recalled. If the elevator has not been recalled, you should have a qualified elevator inspector examine it for hazardous gaps. If hazardous gaps exist, have space guards or electronic monitoring installed to remedy the hazard. Keep unsupervised children away from all residential elevators. Always remember to lock the elevator in an unusable position or lock all exterior doors to the elevator when not in use. If you are in a rental and aren't sure if the elevator is safe, check with the owner. Keep the children away from the elevator and lock or block the doors to keep children safe. Stay healthy, stay safe. Find specialized tips for residential elevator safety at cpsc.gov.
It's OBX Today Live, presented by Gallup Funeral Services on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sam Walker. Make sure you mash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell to know whenever we go live, and share it. Share it so your folks, friends can watch along. Hey, just a note, and we say good morning to Brandon in Norton, West Virginia, and Stephen up over across the swamp there in Shiloh this morning. Make sure also to keep an eye out for us over the weekend. We are going to do some updates with the storm coming in on Sunday. So we will be live periodically through the weekend. With holiday on Monday, we'll probably have a follow-up. Usually we would be off on Monday, but we'll have a follow-up. Tomorrow we're going to be early. Got some things we got to take care of first thing in the morning. So we're going to have an early show tomorrow, and then we'll do updates throughout the weekend, not only here on OBX Today Live and at obxtoday.com, but also on our radio stations, Beach 104, Big 94.5 WCMS, 99.1 The Sound, and Z92.3. Feline Hope, Friends of Felines Hatteras Island, and the Coastal Humane Society joined together to form Operation Feed Our Pets during the pandemic when it started in 2020. And the combined organizations have distributed more than 10,000 pounds of pet food and cat litter since the initiative began. That over the last 21 months, they've been distributing it throughout Dare County at every Dare County food bank, along with several drive-through food pantries. They're offering up thanks to the Outer Banks Community Foundations, PetSmart, and our friends and neighbors here on the Outer Banks have made donations. Coastal Humane Society, Feline Hope, and Friends of Felines Hatteras Island are all small volunteer organizations to help Dare County dogs and cats, pet owners, and caretakers through multiple community-wide programs. And the collective groups continue to watch for animal welfare needs in the Outer Banks and respond quickly to help whenever they can and however they can. Donations are accepted by all three organizations. You'll find links in the Neighbor to Neighbor Help Zone at obxtoday.com if you want to make a contribution to all the great efforts of Friends of Felines, Hatteras Island, Feline Hope, and the Coastal Humane Society. All right, we will take a break and come back with a look at sports here and also some highlights from New Year's Eve in downtown Mania. So stay around. It's OBX Today Live, presented by Gallup Funeral Services.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
We're going to get this party started tonight with none other than my main man, Mix and Mike, ready to get this celebration in Mania underway.
Here we are creeping toward midnight, December 31st, 2021, and we're looking forward to a wonderful fireworks display. It's been an outstanding evening. Thousands of people have been here in the town of Manteo to enjoy some live music, games for all ages of attendees, and food has been fantastic. It's been just a fantastic team effort. All the departments got together, put together a plan for these wonderful events of the evening, and we're looking forward to a fantastic fireworks display that will kick off at midnight. It's just going to be great.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today, and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Back here on OBX Today Live on Facebook and YouTube, presented by Gallup Funeral Services. And looking out, that's our live shot courtesy of surfchecks.com from Road Anthony. You can see those clouds out there. We talked about it earlier with this low that's going to be kind of skirting by us today. I'm going to jump down farther south. There's Avon, Hatteras, Ocracoke, kind of a mixture of clouds and sun. As you get up farther north, things do kind of clear off. We got just going to get skirted by this low today, and we'll talk about that in the OBX Today Weather Center forecast in just a moment. Getting ahead of myself here. How about some sports? College basketball last night started out pretty close, and then second half it was all Duke, despite Coach K having to stay home because of a virus, not COVID related or non-COVID related virus. Associate head coach John Shire, the designated successor to Coach K when he retires this spring, worked as the acting head coach last night. And Paolo Banchero did what Banchero does and should be doing. 24 points. Duke hit 13 straight shots spanning halftime to blow it wide open and beat Wake Forest 76-64. Turning in its best stretch of play since returning from a stoppage that included 2 postponed games. Late last night, Jaquavion Smith bounced back from his ugly performance against Clemson on Saturday. Freshman guard with 24 points, 6 threes as NC State beat Louisville on the road 79-63. East Carolina trailed by 23 in the first half, fought to the end, coming up short at Cincinnati last night, 79-71. And it was Virginia edging Virginia Tech 54-52 in Charlottesville. Tonight, Old Dominion home to take on Texas San Antonio at 7. High school basketball this evening, Mania hosting Hertford County, and Columbia home to take on Albemarle School. All right, so the OBX Today Weather Center forecast looks like this. For today, partly sunny skies with a high 53. Winds will be calm. And low pressure passing offshore may bring some clouds on the northern beaches, maybe a scattered shower or two on Hatteras Island and Ocracoke. Low down to 40, northwest winds 10 to 15, gusts to 20. Now tomorrow, we'll start out cloudy, then gradual clearing. It's going to get breezy, a high 48. North winds 20 to 25, gusts to 35, maybe even 40 at times tomorrow. Tomorrow night, clear and 32, breezy. North winds of 20 to 25, gusts to 35. Then on Saturday, partly sunny and a high 40 with north winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25. Saturday night, mostly cloudy. We'll start out with some rain, maybe a little bit of snow in the air for the beaches. Still kind of a possibility of seeing a few snowflakes. No accumulations on the beach whatsoever. It's going to be a rain event mainly on Sunday. Breezy, high 51. Rain and wind Sunday night and 38. Monday, Martin Luther King Day, sunny and windy, 50. Sunny and 46 on Tuesday. Sunny and 52 next Wednesday. Coastal marine forecast today, rather benign out there. Maybe a northwest, the north winds around 5 knots, if that. 1 foot waves or less on the sound. Seas around 2 feet, but the small craft advisory pennants do go up tomorrow. We'll see next tide change in Oregon Inlet's a low tide 11-16. Water temperatures upper 40s, maybe mid to upper 40s, really. Sunset tonight at 5:09. Sunrise tomorrow is at 7:11. Currently outside the studios in Uptown Nags Head, we've got partly sunny skies and 32 degrees. And that's going to do it for this edition of OBX Today Live. on Facebook and YouTube, presented by Gallup Funeral Services. Thanks, everybody who joined us this morning. We will be with you early tomorrow, probably a 7 o'clock start, maybe an earlier, just because we got business to take care of right at 8 o'clock. So got some running around to do. Then we will be on throughout the weekend with storm updates. We'll keep you up to date on the latest, what the storm thinks, what the forecasts are thinking here at obxtoday.com. Make sure you mash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell to know whenever we go live. Share it with your friends, neighbors, everybody. Let them know. Got the latest from OBX Today. It's OBX Today Live, presented by Gallup Funeral Services on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sam Walker. Have a great Thursday, everybody. See ya.
fishing is not a whole lot to talk about right now. That's pretty normal for this time of year. We have a little bit of activity along the beaches. There's a mixture of black drum and puppy drum. A few speckled trout still, surprisingly. And you see mullet, which we've been talking about since, since early last spring. How long will they last? I don't know, but, you can get down on the beach and still come up with a bite right now. And it's not going to take much more cooling of the surf temps before that will draw to a close. I haven't heard much. The fishery back in the western Pamlico is a weekend fishery, so I haven't heard anything out of that crew this week. But we'll keep an eye out on what happens for them on Saturday. We also wondered a little bit about fishing around the inlets, things like that. Back in the eastern Pamlico, it's gotten very, very quiet, not much activity going on there as well. So a lot of guys traveling right now to all kinds of places to fish for fun or for a living. But mostly, it's just a quiet January day. If anything changes on the fishing front, I'll let you know. So just stay right here, and that's my report for you on this Thursday morning.
Good Monday morning, and